For Queensland dad Adam Tozer, the memory of waking up in the middle of the night, grabbing his 3 children, and evacuating his family's flooded home remains fresh in his mind. He described being awoken by his wife around 1:30 a.m. before the pair gathered their possessions in large garbage bags and helped their 6, 3, and 1-year-old children out the door of their Auchenflower property as water pooled around them. That night we knew the water was sort of creeping up and we sort of sat together for 5 minutes and said, "Rightio, we better grab as much stuff as we can," he said. Read more. Opposite ends of the country bracing for more wet weather. When we came back into the house, the water must have hit the fuse box because the lights had flicked out. Tozer said the family had rushed to a friend's house for refuge before finding emergency accommodation and, eventually, a new rental property. "We didn't see it coming, and when it did happen, it felt like we were the only ones who had to leave. There was nobody on the road, everyone was bunkering down," he said. Almost 6 months later, the family is still embroiled in insurance company claims as their home sits unoccupied and unlivable, accumulating mold in the walls and ceilings from the impact of the floods. Read more. New La Nina warning could mean another season of floods, with thousands still waiting on government assistance grants and insurance claims to be processed. Queenslanders are now facing the prospect of yet another spring and summer period of severe flooding caused by a potential third La Nina weather event. Tozer said while he fears his home will be flooded and damaged again, it's waiting for help from insurers that is causing prolonged headaches. It's a worry for everyone really," he said of the incoming rain. "I suppose it brings back the uncertainty of it more than anything. To be honest, my fatigue is around dealing with the insurer and the scope of work needed to be done to repair the house." The Bureau of Meteorology has confirmed a wet end to winter with potentially 6 months of prolonged wet weather. "We haven't seen any of the ground dry across most of Queensland, so that means the soil remains quite moist and we can see flooding," Laura Buchel from the BOM said. "That means we are gearing up for a period that could see quite a bit of flooding over Queensland." Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk urged Queenslanders to remain vigilant. "We are expecting a wetter than normal spring," she said on Monday. "These conditions could be similar to the conditions we saw over summer this year. We don't want Queenslanders to be alarmed, but what we do want is people to be prepared." When asked if he has considered selling his Auchenflower home ahead of more potential floods, Tozer said once his house is repaired the family will return. "The fact of the matter is, with property prices and things like that, buying another place on higher ground. We're gonna just do our best and try to get our place rectified and raised," he said.